Okay, so let's do this problem first. So today we're going to uh, do the mock interview of the permutation string. So this question, basically, uh, you're trying to find if there is a permutation in S2 which contains S1's permutation and constrains that S1 and S2 only consist of lowercase English letters. So basically, for this question, we have to, it is really clear if the length of S1 is, if the S1, the length of S1 is longer than S2, there should be no match. I mean, there should be no permutation in S2 since the length of S1 is smaller than is longer than S2, which means S2 has much less characters than S1, which is not possible for S2 to have permutation of S1. And since we're gonna to use only lower cases of English letters, which means there is only 26 alphabets here. So we can take use of the integer array for compute the frequency of every characters which appears in the string. And also we are trying to find the permutations. So for the example 1, you see there is a BA here. So if in S2 we have AB or BA, it should also be fine, and we have to return true here. So what comes to my mind is that we can use a sliding window. So basically you compare, you first can compute a frequency S1 to store the information of the uh, string of S1, and then we create a window. Basically for example 1, the size should be 2. And we move our left and right pointer and get the substring, get the frequency S2 of the substring S2 substring to see and to compare those, to compare fric S1 and S2. If they are same, we can say there is a match. I mean, there is a permutation in S2. Then we have to return true. Else we should return false. Else if the right pointer reaches to uh, the end of S2, we should the end of S2 we should return false because there is no match. Okay, so I will start coding by a function called getFrequency, which have string as parameters. Basically, we are computing frequency array for the string. So we take up space of 26 because we only have 26 characters in English letters. And we loop through the string array. So we have char, get the char in the I position. We use this to store the information of the characters in corresponding position. I mean, if character is A, the index should be 0. Okay, so after this, we just return frequency. And also we need another Boolean function which compare the two frequency arrays. I will just simply call it array and array1. So because it's all frequency array, we know that the space is 26. We just write 26 here. So if in the position I they doesn't match, I mean the number in position I doesn't match, return false. That indicates the array uh, is not the same. Otherwise, we just return true. Indicates that we have the match here. So first of all, we should declare this one, because if S1, the length of S1 is longer than S2, we just return false immediately. It's not possible to have permutation in S2, as I stated about just now. And first of all, we get the frequency S1 because this is not going to change. So we just simply get frequency of S1. And we have a size of window here, which is the length of S1. We have left pointers 0, and we have right pointers should be window initially. And I want to compare it first. If I want to also initialize S2 by get frequency of the S2 substring from left and right. If they are the same, we should return true. If it's not gonna work, we try to use the loop here, loop through the S2 array. So basically, we decrement our the frequency of our left pointer points to char at left. We decrement this, but we increment our right pointer, the frequency in the right pointer. Oh, so after this, we compare S2 and S1. If there is a match, return true immediately. Else, we just increase our left and right pointers here. Then, if right pointer reaches to S2, the end of S2, which means there is no match, just return false here. Let's try. Okay, it's gonna work. Okay, the code is okay. Let's compute our time complexity and also our space complexity. So our time complexity, let's see. So this function should be, so for S1 should be, maybe the length of S1 we name it as M. So this one should be OM because should be OM. Frequency. We actually also loop through the frequency string S2, right? And we also compute uh, its frequency here. Also should be ON. The comparing should be O1 since we only have 26 characters, which is a constant. So to sum up, it should be OM plus N. Space complexity should be O1 because we only use the array which only stores 26 characters. And that's all. Thank you.